The other follow-up, Dave, I do have a graphic for, and that's Trevor Lawrence. We talked about yesterday Roddy White's comments about Trevor Lawrence maybe staying in college another year to avoid the New York Jets. Well, today we had college football analyst Joe Klatt. I'm just going to go ahead, and it is. Speaking on The Herd with Colin, I was going to say, he probably was on The Herd and said this.
He's always on The Herd.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd on Wednesday, and he explained his kind of thoughts on it. And he said, I support him to pull any leverage he can. Fit matters. Where you're going, is there stability in the coaching staff and the front office? You can be a really good or great player, and it's really tough to overcome those things. Andrew Luck had success right away in Indianapolis because he was historically great, and that was a great organization. If I were Trevor Lawrence, I would pull any leverage that I had to end up in the most advantageous place that I could if I was him. And Dave, this made me think, and this is the question I want to ask you. We talked about him returning. Could he pull an Eli? Could he basically say, I ain't going to play for you? Like, if you draft me, you better be trading me, or you better be trading the pick because I ain't going to play for you.
I mean, that, again, I still think it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible. I won't clown on this as much as I clowned on Roddy White yesterday. Got a little carried away, maybe. Some would say. But no, it's just, yeah, he could be like, I'll refuse to play for the Jets. I'm going in the draft. I want to go get my money, but I'm not playing for this team. Yeah. And again, my argument is don't look at the product on the field today because you're going to have a new coach, a new GM, many, many, many new players on that team next year. So,
but do you trust the front office to do the job?
The front office is getting fired. So do I trust the owner to bring in someone who has competence? Yeah, I think so. Again, the job where you could get Trevor Lawrence as your new, franchise quarterback, it's a pretty attractive job for a lot of coaches out there. Like a lot of coaches would kill to have the franchise given over to them as a blank slate rebuild with Trevor Lawrence. Like that's the Madden dream. That's the 2021 Madden dream right now. So why wouldn't they?
Yeah, for me, I don't trust the Jet owners or Jet owner to make the right move. Like there is a reason why we see like I get it. New York is New York too, but there's a reason why we see articles and stuff about how the Jets should sell the team. How whenever I hear, like I watch Gary Vee and any of his videos, he's actively trying to buy the Jets because people are upset with the owners. Yet again, Jim Irsay, not the greatest guy, but at least he put someone in place. I believe Bill Polian was still with the Colts when they drafted Aaron Luck before, what was his name? Ballard took over, the current GM. I think it was still Bill Polian making the moves there. So it was like Bill Polian knew what he was fucking doing. It's just, do you trust the Jets to put in a front office that knows what they're doing, then hire a head coach that knows what they're doing? So far, the Jets have not proven that they can do that. And also, I think that, like, for you, when you said, like, oh, I won't clown on it like I did yesterday, I think the reason you were so heated is because you are always against going back to school and risking injury.
100%.
Yeah.
Get your money. Go get paid. This is not a game of chance. You just go get your guaranteed money out the way. But again, it's how much of a diva is he? And again, this is not Trevor saying any of this. This is people speaking as if they were him. This is what they would do. So I don't hold anything against him. But again, how I ended yesterday's show, if he did something like this, call him a coward. I'd call him a coward for the rest of his life.
What if he pulled the Eli card?
If he would refuse to play for the team, I'd be like, wow, what a fucking special world that you live in because you have the power to do this. None of the other players who get drafted have this power. Only you. Must be nice.
What? I mean, the only times we've seen this is Eli pulled it, mainly because Eli, too, I feel like it was Archie feeding him the shit of like, no, you're not going to play for the Chargers. You're just not going to. But then the other time is John Elway. Like, those are the only two. And John Elway had the leverage of, he was a baseball star too. So he's like, fuck it. The Yankees want me. I'm going to go fucking play for the Yankees if you fucking draft me. So you better go ahead and trade me. But Dave,
I mean, at that point, why have a draft? Let's let the college players pick where they want to play. Does that make everybody feel better at the end of the day?
No, it doesn't.
Is that how we're gonna all be nice and have friends and
I mean, though,
no hurt feelings that way, guys.
When you got the power, if you can leverage it, I mean, some people would say if you got the power, go ahead and use it.
I'm a huge proponent of that in the NBA. You know that. I like what the NFL is doing, but this is bullshit.
Yeah, no.
If you had an NBA player come in, the number 1 overall pick, what if Zion was like, nah, fuck that, I'm playing for the Pelicans?
He could have.
Like, fuck that, I'm not playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anywhere but there. They're gross. Nah, not going to Chicago. Fuck those guys.
Technically could have. Like, we don't see it a lot, but
we don't see it ever.
Technically, you could do that. We've seen it, like I just mentioned in football. Eli and John Elway. Those are two examples. I'm trying to think. I think if we look back, there might have been some time where a top pick was like, I don't want to play for that team. Dave, I would have to I don't have the answer in front of me right now. If you're looking for me to reach into my asshole and grab it out, I just can't do that for you. I mean, we also had like Dion back in the day saying, if they draft me, they're going to have to put all that money on layaway.
And they did.
If the Lions did. No, because that was the Lions.
And then they moved him.
Yeah.
And then they moved him.
Mm-hmm. To where it was like, my favorite Dion quote is, I think it was the Giants wanted to interview him. And he was like, nah, I ain't interviewing with you. I'm going to be gone by your pick. I'm going to waste my time with that.
Exactly.